Tim Gunn.
All right. How do you feel about that?
I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited.
As you travel across the country, how does having these conversations about your book in front of a live audience enhance the experience of sharing?
It's interesting because, well, obviously it becomes much more real. And then just that instant feedback, and whether they're hooting or hollering or gasping or laughing, it's so great to have that instant connection.
Yeah, feeling all the feels,
yes,
right?
And it's so nice because you don't always get to do that. You know, of course, being on television. You know, so it's really great. And then of course when I meet and greet people and they start sharing their stories and then I start crying and they're crying, and it's really, really special.
Sharing your own story on paper is very different than bringing a story to life on screen. How does that compare?
Oh, it's very different. You know, I think that Kate, playing the role of Kate, has made me much more vulnerable. Although I've always been vulnerable, like I have no qualms about crying at any time with anybody at any place at all. But it's different because I'm not playing a character. Like I'm really being vulnerable about my life and about my stories, and should I have told this, should I have told that, you know, all of those things come up.
Through your show and your book, you provide inspiration for so many people in so many ways. Who or what inspires you right now?
You know, I'm inspired by so many people. I'm inspired by people who have spent their hard-earned money waiting in line to come and meet me for a couple minutes. Women who have multiple jobs and multiple children. I mean, we're all trying to get through this life thing. And so I'm inspired daily by so many people.
I have to tell you, I'm a book nerd, so I was very excited to get my hands on your book, and I know people have been excited to dive into it. What are readers going to find?
You know, I obviously dive into some life lessons and to stories that have helped me come on the other side of tragedy and to my triumph. And I think that so many people, much like our show, can relate to just like the things that we all go through and that we're afraid to talk about, we have shame about. We talk about, of course, meeting Oprah, and then, you know, when I was a young kid living in Japan, and unrequited love, and all kinds of really, really fun, scary things, but important things I think to talk about.
So not too long ago, some of your fellow cast members were in Austin for South by Southwest.
I'm bummed I missed it.
How did you feel when you knew you were coming to Austin?
I'm excited. I wish I was staying here longer. Everyone's like, you have to go to Austin. Like, you're gonna love it. I just know you're gonna love it. And I'm like, I know. And I'm not gonna wanna leave. And now I'm here for like 10 hours and I have to go. They just said like this one particular taco place, a barbecue place, check out some of the music. And I'm like, when? I definitely wanna come back.
In the beginning of your book, you start with a quick story about honeybees. What's the significance of that?
So while I was aspiring to just get a job, there were bees just kind of showing up in my dreams all the time. And I'm like, what is this? This is weird. Like, I don't get it. So I Googled it. You know, it's about finding like the gold and the honey of your life. And I was like, oh, okay. And then as I was auditioning for This Is Us, the bees would sort of just like kind of gravitate toward my car in the most random places, or maybe not so random. And I was like, they're my spirit animal. And also because, you know, for a while, statistically, they thought that scientifically that the bees couldn't really fly, the wings compared to the body, and defying odds and all that stuff. And also because bees are so important to our survival, right? And they get a bad rap.
Let's say that you were like a secret shopper at a bookstore and you were watching people find your book on a shelf. What would you want to overhear them say about it?
Oh goodness, I want to read it, you know, because.
Oh, let's start there.
Yeah. I mean, have they already started to read it?
Yes.
Have they already read it? Oh, yes. Okay. I hope that it brings some inspiration and encouragement, and just the through line, hopefully, is that we're more alike than we are different, and that everybody's purposeful, and there's a reason why we're all here, and that nothing is personal, and that hurt people, and that we can grow from forgiveness, and it's better to love than to be loved. So.
What powerful messages. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.